Hi, this is Donna from Clever Crafting. Thank you for joining me here today, and we are on our third card in our pop-up magic card makers kit. So today we are making this beautiful bunch of flowers card. So it's spectacular. Most of you have probably seen it because this has been floating around on the internet for quite a long time on YouTube. So today you're going to need the greetings. You will use the bunch of flowers pop-up card kit that's in the card makers kit. Of course, that comes with envelopes and everything. We'll use some paper and the leafy vine stencil that's also in your kit. All right, let's get started. We're going to start with a 21 centimeter by 14.8 centimeter piece of card that will already be folded in half to make a standard A6 card base. All right, so on the inside, I'm going to start with some Distress Oxide Bundled Sage. So what I'm going to do is just put a layer of color down on the background of my card. Now, you don't actually have to do this. You can just leave it white if you like, but I just like a light color in the black background. So in this case, I'm using green, but sometimes I use blue. Sometimes it's nice to have a nice pale apricot, whatever you like in the background. And this does not have to be even because it's just taking away, for me, the starkness of the white. All right, so now I'm going to go in with my stencil. The stencil is the leafy vine stencil, and I have sprayed the back with this Helmar spray adhesive. It's a repositionable glue that I spray onto the back. You put it on, you leave it for a good hour, and then it becomes tacky. You can stick it on and pull it up, and it's great. All right, so I'm just positioning this over half of my card base, and I'm pressing it down to make sure none of these little bits and pieces that make up the stencil move around. I'm now going to go in with Mode Lawn, my Distress Oxide Mode Lawn, and I'm going to apply this with a blending brush. Now, once again, this does not have to be even. You do not have to pay a lot of attention to this and make it perfect. It is a background, and leaves are always different variations of the same color anyway. So you can see that I've just sped this up so we can add this quickly. What I do like to do though is I like to add also a bit of pine needles. Now if you wish, you can add it with a brush. You can do this with a brush, or you can use a smaller brush, which is what I like to do. I like to use this detail brush. So I'll show you actually first with the normal brush, and we're just going down the center part of the vine there. I'm just blending that out a little bit with my small brush. So now I'm going to do that with my small brush for all of these little vines on my stencil. So this gives you the effect of having a layered stencil without actually having a layered stencil. We're just applying two different colors to the same stencil, and it works wonders. All right, so I've sped all of this up so you can see it all happening rather than cut it out, and there you can see, look at that, looks beautiful, doesn't it? Now I'm just going to stick this stencil down here. These don't line up, they're not a continuous stencil, but it's not going to matter because the center part of this card is going to be covered over anyway. But I am going to do exactly the same thing on the opposite side. So I'm going to start with my Mode Lawn, and I'm going to put that all over my leaves to start off with, and then I will go in with my pine needles. So once again, I've sped this up. This is a lot faster this time, this particular part. So you can see the whole process, but it's not going to take as much time. If only we could craft this quickly. Hey, wouldn't it be great? Anyway, just doing my fine detail down the center of my leaves to give it that nice little effect. I really love the look of this. Honestly, I think I could just do a card with just this and a greeting on the front. It would be really sweet, don't you think? Maybe could draw a little couple of flowers, or cut out a couple of die cut flowers. All right, there it is. There's our vine background. So now we're going to go to our flowers. Now the flowers that are in the kit are 8 petals. What we are doing is folding them in half, but we're actually folding them in half at the base of 2 of the petals. Don't fold it through the middle of a petal. So I folded in half one way. Now I'm going to fold it at a different point, but in half again. Once again, can you see what I'm saying? I'm lining up the petals, and the fold is actually going between the petals, not actually through the center of the petal. I'm going to keep doing this as I go around. So there will be 4 folds to each flower. And I'm burnishing, you can see each fold with my bone folder at the end of it. The other thing is that you'll note that these particular flowers are not a heavy cardstock. These are a 160 GSM. That's because it'll be more pliable and easier to open in the card. All right, now that I've done that 4 times, I'm just going to flip this over to the back so you can see that it's divided up all of the petals. And what we are going to do is we're going to cut one of them out. I'm just going to cut that one out because it looks like I've got a dirty mark on it, so might as well get rid of it. We're cutting out one of the petals. We're going to grab a bit of our glue. That's the Smart Art glue that I'm using, and I am popping that on one of the petals that runs next to the petal that we cut out, and then we're going to grab the other petal from the other side and we're going to stick it over the top, and it makes that nice cone flower. So I'm going to do that whole process again, but I have sped this up quite considerably this time, just so you can see the process again. Of course, if you're making along with this, just pause the video and make it, because you will need to do this with all 7 of your flowers. Did I say you need 7? Here we go. I'm going to tell you now, you need 7 flowers for this particular card. You do have more than that in your kit, and what I've done is I've decided to put one yellow one in the middle of all my purple. All right, now we're going to pop our flowers together. So this is the part that it's really good to pay attention to, and perhaps watch the whole process and then rewind it and do it again at the same time as me. So we're going to put these on top of one another. So when we add the glue, we're just going to add it to the top of the petal. In this case, we're just adding it to one petal. Just a little bit at the top, you can see there, and that petal is going to be glued to the far left-hand petal of the first piece. There we go. So now I'm going to do the same on the other side. I think it's actually going to be easier that rather than add it to the petal that I'm gluing down, I'll put it to the base one. So there we are. I'm just popping glue in that same section on that far right-hand petal of that base petal, of the base flower, I should say. All right. Now we're going to get our yellow one, because the yellow one is going to be the center flower, and now we're going to attach this 3 on those 3 petals. So it'll be the 3 center ones. If you like, you can start at the center one and then the 2 either side, but it's the 3 middle petals. And once again, we are only adding this to the top part of the petal, of each petal. If we glued it right down the petal, then our flowers wouldn't open. So I'm going to line that up on the top. So now you'll find that that one that's gone in the middle, one petal is gone on one flower, one petal's gone on another flower, and another petal's gone on another flower. Now in this case, we're actually going to add this to 2 petals. So this is going to add to not the one at the edge, but the next 2. So we're missing one, the very bottom one, then putting glue on the next 2 petals, and we're going to glue that flower in place. Now we're going to miss the center petal, and we're going to add glue to the next 2 petals. Always keeping the glue just to the top section. Whoop, I need to add a bit more glue. Sorry, nearly missed it. Okay, and now I'm going to line that flower up to the other flowers that are there. And now we're going to go back to 3 lots of glue. So 1, 2, 3 right across the middle again. Once again, this is 1 petal on one flower, 1 petal on the center flower, and 1 petal on the other flower. So, and 1 on top. So now what I'm going to do is gently open this to make sure that that's all correct. So we open it by using the 2 outer flowers and just pull it out gently. That's perfect. Okay, we only do that gently because we don't want to rip it and we don't want the glue to come unstuck. So now we're going to position it in our card. So we're going to put those 2 base flowers, those 2 petals right at the bottom, close to but not over the center fold. So we want to make sure that that actually folds up. And once again, we're going to put glue, this time just in the center petal and just on that tip. We don't want it on any of the other petals, just the one in the very center. And we're going to close our card. I gave it a press down to make sure it's glued. That's a really important thing to do. And now I have flipped the card over and opened it from the other side, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to pop glue to the top of our center petal in the center flower, and I'm going to press it down. Now, because I added a bit of glue but not too much, I know that that hasn't spilt out all over the place. So be careful with the amount of glue that you add. And now I'm just going to put a stamping block on top of it to hold it down. So while that's drying, I'm going to decorate the front. Now with this card, you could either have it portrait or landscape. Yep, so you could have it portrait or landscape. I'm going to go with landscape. Now these flowers also come in the kit. So this is some ephemera, and it's just a matter of laying them out however you want them. So I have sped this section up a little bit as well, but I just wanted to show you the whole process of what I do. I kind of fiddle around and put the flowers down and pick them up, and then put leaves in and pick them up and add bits and pieces until I'm happy with the look of it. Actually, I think this one went pretty well. I think it kind of came together without too many changes or rearrangements in actual fact. So you will get plenty of leaves and flowers and things to do a nice little design on the front of your card. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. Now I'm going to use some press and seal, some Glad press and seal. Now I actually have a friend who gets this from America for me, but they do have it at Costco every so often. Just had a problem remembering the name of the place then. So if you know anyone that goes to Costco, let them get them to check it out for you. You should also be able to buy it from eBay or somewhere. But I use this quite a lot when I am doing this type of layering with ephemera on the front of my cards, or even on the inside of my cards. So for those of you that aren't aware of what it is, it's a plastic that is tacky and it sticks really well when you press on it, when you press it down. So I'm going to lay this over the top of my flowers. You can see it over the whole front there. That base, by the way, is 14.3 centimeters by 10 centimeters, which means it'll give me a white border around my card. Now you can see what I'm doing is just using my finger to press that press and seal into my flowers, because I want to keep them all in place so I can put glue on them. So I will just keep pressing that down, make sure they're well attached, and I'm going to carefully lift that press and seal from the backing. Well, I didn't stick onto that leaf enough. Okay, so now I've got the back of this, so I'm just going to grab my Smart Art glue again and just pop it in under those leaves and flowers so they all stick together. If you don't have press and seal, you could also do this with paper tape or masking tape, mint tape. You know, a masking tape is a bit tacky, but if you use the mint tape, the paper tape, or post-it note tape, whatever you like to call it, you can put that over the top. It does mean that you can't actually see through it, but it does work in a very similar way. Or of course the other thing is that you can just hold them in place gently on the front and pick them up and pop some glue underneath them to keep them in place. I just like this method. For me, this is the easiest of them all, and I never have to worry about it over sticking on my pieces. I've never had it stick or damage any of my ephemera. So, and just so you know, I don't sell press and seal, but I'm sure you can pick it up. All right, just checking that there's no glue seepage out the front, and there doesn't seem to be, and that they all seem to be adhered. So now I'm going to pop glue over the back generally. You can see that I pulled my front matte layer, the little green piece, closer. So I'm just going to flip this over and, oh, that needs a bit there. Okay. And I'm just going to flip this over in a minute onto my matte piece. Of course, now I've just got to decide exactly what angle I want it. This might take a minute, you know, just to make sure it's perfectly right. So I'm holding this just above. This is the advantage of having it so you can see through it, because I was holding it just above my paper so I could, yeah, line it up properly. So now you can see how easily that press and seal comes off. Yep, without any problems at all. And that piece can be reused several times. So it's really good on cost savings as well. It might be a little bit of an investment, but it'll last you a very long time. All right, that particular flower needed a little bit of glue, so I added that underneath. Check the others. All right, so there's our front basically done. Let's see how our flowers went. And they're perfect. That's beautiful. So you do have to pull this card out a little bit to get that full effect of the flowers, but they are beautiful. So I am just going to pop this down on my card front. Now, even though I did those flowers in a landscape design, it could still be portrait if I wanted it to be, if by any chance I change my mind, which I am not going to, because I really like a landscape card, and most of the cards that we make are portraits, so this is a good thing to do. All right, so I've popped glue all over the back of that. You saw that I applied a good amount of glue, so not way too much. So although there was it was over a larger area, it was very fine, the amount of glue that I put on, because you don't want to saturate your paper. All right, so now I'm just grabbing one of our sticker greetings that also come in the kit, and this one says thanks a bunch, which is really nice. I like these types of cards. I got this idea from Jennifer Maguire to carry around, and you know, when people are nice to me at a store or something, it's nice to give them a little card. You can also see that this card is perfectly suitable for Mother's Day. I've also made that. So, and I made this one all yellow. And this one is, yeah, with the yellow in the center. It looks terrific, doesn't it? I love the way that these cards come out. The Happy Mother's Day card, by the way, I'm sending to my granddaughter in Western Australia to give to her mother for Mother's Day. So here's a closer look at the card. I really thank you for joining me here today. Don't forget to check out the other videos so you can follow along and make the rest of your cards. Catch you next time. Bye.